In the last topic we have seen a full wave rectifier with center tap transformer. Now the disadvantage of that full wave center tap rectifier was that its TUF, transformer utilization factor, was less, and the PIV rating of the diode required were -2 VM. In order to overcome it, and again we had to use a center tap transformer which is bulky. Now we will be going for a rectifier called as full wave rectifier with bridge, which consists of 4 diodes. Now let us start with the working first. I'll draw the circuit diagram. So it consists of a transformer primary which is connected to a supply of 230 volt 50 hertz one phase AC supply, and to the secondary we'll be connecting a bridge. So let's draw a bridge. I'm completing the connections. From this terminal I am going to take out a terminal which will be positive, and from here we are going to get negative, that is ground. Now I am connecting a load resistance RL, and I will get a current in this direction IDC, and the output voltage obtained will be VDC. So the all the 4 diodes are named D1, D2, D3 and D4. These are the 4 rectifying diodes. Now let's first see the working. So this is the waveform that is obtained at the terminal. So this is a VAO, and the maximum amplitude that we can get is VM. So this is pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. Now operation during positive half cycle 0 to pi. In the positive half cycle, terminal A is going positive, so I am referring positive with respect to O. For time being, consider it as negative. So if this terminal is positive, this terminal is negative, we can write plus over here. So diode D2, and if this is negative, diode D4 will become forward bias. So these are forward bias, and this is also forward bias. And what happens to D1 and D3? D1, as you can see, it is reverse bias, negative connected to positive, and this D3 positive is connected to negative, so D1, D3 are reverse bias. So D2 and D4 are forward bias, and D1 and D3 are reverse bias. So these 2 diodes are going to conduct, and when it is conducting, ideally we can replace this diode by a switch, closed switch, and these by open, or consider that these diodes have been taken out or open, right? So with this, how the current flows? So the current flows from here, terminal O, through this. It is reverse bias, so no current flows here. So the current flows through diode D2, then in this direction through load resistor causing output voltage VDC. Then from here it reaches through this terminal over here, and ultimately it flows through D4, goes back to terminal O, and the circuit current path completes. So here the output is obtained which is similar to that of input. So this is a VDC that is obtained, and it has the maximum amplitude of Vm, and it is for period 0 to pi. Now what happens to current? Current also flows, and we get a current which has a maximum amplitude of Im from 0 to pi. What happens to voltage across D2 and D2 comma D2 and voltage across D2 and D4? We can see ideally it is a closed switch. Practically it is a forward voltage drop of 0.7 volts. It will be volts. In this period D2 and D4 are on. D2 and D4 are on, and D1 and D3 are off. Now let's see what happens voltage across D1 and voltage across D3. If I draw the diagram again over here, this terminal, this is open, it is closed, diode D1 is closed, diode D4 it is closed, and this it is open. D2, D1. So D1 is open and D2 and D4 are closed, and similarly D3 is open. Now let's check the voltage that are there. The maximum voltage is positive over here with respect to this. It is a Vm that can appear. So let's see what is the voltage across D2 and D4. As we can see this plus terminal over here, and let us see this minus terminal over here. So this is minus. So we can see that the voltage across D2 is 0.7 or 0. Voltage across D1 is this positive, and through this it is negative, and this amounts to Vm. Similarly, this is negative and this is positive over here. So this voltage across D3, it is again Vm. This Vm comes at it. Maximum voltage can go is Vm. So voltage across D1 and D3 can be represented by reverse voltage of minus. So this is the working during positive half cycle. During negative half cycle, let's check out the working. In the negative half cycle, terminal A is going negative. From the portion pi to 2 pi, we can see that input is going negative, it is going negative. With respect to O, for time being, consider it as positive. So with respect to the O, it is going negative. So when it is going negative, the terminal here can be represented as minus, and here it can be represented as plus. So we can see that diode D1 is forward bias, D2 is reverse bias, and similarly D3 is forward bias, and D4 is reverse bias. And how does the current flow? The current starts from O through this, from here, through this diode D3, through the load resistor, causing a voltage drop of VDC, through here, through this path, and then as this is reverse bias, the current has no option but for going over here. This is a closed switch, and then complete the path to O. This is how the current is starting from here through this diode, through this, through here, through diode D1, and back to terminal. The path is completed. We see that now D, which were on, have become off. D2 and D4 are off and hence open, and D1 and D3 are conducting and hence can be replaced by a closed switch. And again output is obtained in the same direction and the current flows in same direction with the peak voltage of Vm, and the current flows from pi to 2 pi. The output voltage across D2 and D4 is the reverse voltage Vm that appears as it was in the case earlier. So now they are off, so reverse voltage of minus Vm, reverse voltage of minus Vm is appearing, and D1 and D3 are conducting, therefore shown by a 0.7 volts drop. As D1 and D3 are conducting, it is shown by. So the change we observed is that this transformer is not a center tap transformer, it is a normal transformer. Instead of 2, we are using 4 diodes, and 2 diodes are conducting simultaneously and 2 are remaining off. The PIV is reduced to only Vm due to this arrangement, which is advantageous. Now, if we are going for the analysis part, it is much more similar to full wave center tap. Only at a few points we have to remember. That is, first, if we want to calculate IDC, IDC is same as that of a full wave rectifier with center tap, which is given by formula 1 by pi integration of 0 to pi Im sin theta d theta. If we integrate, we get IDC is equal to twice Im by pi. The second is IRMS, similar to whatever we had calculated earlier. IRMS we are going to get is Im by root 2. The third thing to be observed here, I can get VDC is equal to IDC into RL. Here IDC is nothing but twice Im by pi into RL. Now this Im can be replaced as Im is equal to Vm upon Rs plus twice Rf plus RL. This is the change that we have to remember for this. Im is equal to, this is Rs, Im is equal to Vm upon Rs plus forward resistance of two diodes which are conducting. For example, this case in reverse bias, D1 and D3, so RF will give us 2 RF plus RL. Again, RS plus 2 RF is very small with respect to RL. So I can write it as Vm by RL for my, so this change you have to keep in mind. So if I calculate with this VDC, I am going to get is twice Vm by pi. Similarly, Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2. The fifth parameter that we want is efficiency. Efficiency is equal to PDC by PAC, and it is similar in the earlier cases what we have got. It is 0.8166. So it is the same as that of calculated earlier. And next parameter, if we want, the ripple is same. In this case is slightly different. It is TUF is equal to PDC upon PAC rating of transfer, and we can solve this. PDC is equal to VDC into IDC upon PAC is a VRMS into IRMS. So VDC is equal to twice Vm by pi into IDC is equal to twice Im by pi divided by Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2 and IRMS is equal to Im by root 2. Solving this, we get 8 Vm Im upon pi square $81056. So it comes out to be nearly 81%. So TUF is increased from 69% to 81%. This is the change that we have to note in TUF. And then the last is PIV that we already discussed. So PIV in this case, PIV is minus Vm. We have seen in the waveforms also. So 4 diodes are required which are of lower PIV than required for center tap full wave rectifier. These are the advantages of using full wave rectifier. Thank you.